A very good afternoon to you and welcome to this edition of the Lunchtime News. I'm Nadim Majid. As always, let's start off with a look at your headlines this afternoon. Making headlines, oil from the ship which sank off the seas of Panadura reaches the Negombo beach. Suppliers says that the repeated breakdowns at the North Chole coal power plant are due to overutilization. And in international news, leaders of Germany and France tell Athens that it should not expect leeway on its bailout agreement unless it sticks to tough reform targets. Moving on to those stories in detail, the Chinese firm which designed the North Chole coal power plant says that recent repeated breakdowns at the power plant were caused by overutilization of the plant without annual maintenance after an extended drought reduced 85% of the country's hydropower generation. Issuing a statement, Zhao Wengzhu, the deputy chief engineer of Northwest Electric Power Design Institute, the designer of the North Chole power plant, said that the plant was forced to work beyond its required limits and keep supplying electricity to the entire country. And according to Reuters, China loaned $450 million for the first phase of the plant and another $891 million for the second phase, which is due to be completed by July 2014 with a capacity of 900 megawatts. Meanwhile, the assistant director at the Disaster Management Centre, Pradeep Kodipilli, says that a thin oil layer has appeared near the Negombo beach. The oil is suspected to have leaked from the ship which sank off the coast of Panadura last afternoon.
We are monitoring the situation continuously with the MIPA, and I am at the moment beside the coastal area of Morable area at Negombo. So there is a thin oil layer appearing on the beach at the moment, and so far there's no any huge effect been reported. We continuously monitoring the situation at the moment, but because we all are most of the agencies are here to contribute their capacity, but we at the ground level we have organized all the troops and all the volunteers. If there is an emergency, if there is an oil on the beaches, we are ready to remove at 24-hour basis, and for the moment we are maintaining and monitoring the situation continuously.
In other local news, 2 livestock development advisors and an agricultural advisor have been assaulted by a group in the Morapathawa area in Vanathavilluwa last evening. The police said that the officials had been assaulted while they were having a bath in a tank.
The officials who were assaulted had lodged a complaint with the police stating that they were assaulted last evening by a group who were under the influence of alcohol. The police said that based on the complaint, 2 police teams have been deployed to arrest the suspects. The officials who were attacked have been admitted to the Putlam hospital.
When we came ashore and were about to leave, we were assaulted by 2 people who were under the influence of alcohol. We tried to escape, but they followed us and assaulted us. We hid in the forest. Thereafter, a few people from the village also came and assaulted us.
Well, thank you, Shahin, Jenny and Anuj, for bringing us the latest from that triple killing in Valawata and, of course, from the oil slick off the coast of Panadura. Moving on to other local news, former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca says that living in a society that does not have justice and equality is equivalent to living inside a prison. He made this comment while participating at a religious function in Alpitia yesterday. The religious function was held to declare open the pinnacle of the Alpitia Divithuru Uttara Pabbatharama Viharaya. A group including UNP parliamentarian Karujaya Surya and retired Chief Justice Sanathan Silva participated at the event. When there is no justice and equality in a country, even if the people are not living inside prisons, when we look at them, it seems that everyone is confined to prisons. I believe that during my 2.5-year prison term, I had more freedom than what you have. Even though you have come out from confines of a prison, you do not at least enjoy the freedom that I had while I was in a prison. During that time, I publicly made statements to the media. I expressed my opinions freely and no one attacked me. However, if you express your political will in public, I do not know what will happen to you. Still in local news, the National Transport Commission states that a report on buses that operate without a permit will be presented to the Committee on Public Enterprises, or COPE. The chairman of the commission, Roshan Gunawardena, said that more than 100 buses which do not possess a permit ply on several main routes in the island. Gunawardena noted that the situation can be frequently witnessed among buses plying along the Colombo-Jaffna and Colombo-Batticaloa routes.
As the chairman of the National Transport Commission, I presented several problems, and one of the main problems we face is buses operating without a permit. We carry out raids constantly. The Defence Secretary and the IGP has been informed in writing about this problem. We carried out raids based on an issue that was raised at the Parliamentary Advisory Committee. Although raids were carried out owing to the loopholes in the law, buses continue to operate without a permit. Therefore, the chairman asked for a list to be presented, and we will do so next week. Thereafter, the National Transport Commission will take strict legal action against those who violate the law.
UNP parliamentarian Buddhika Pathirana says that many problems have cropped up in the education sector owing to the divisions within ministries. The parliamentarian expressed this view at a function held in the Kumburupitiya area yesterday.
An event was held at the Singha Preschool in the Kumburupitiya electoral division under the auspices of the UNP parliamentarian Buddhika Pathirana. Here MP Pathirana made a financial donation to the preschool. There's an issue in the system in which the education system functions. Preschool education comes under the Child Development and Women's Affairs Ministry, while tertiary education comes under a different ministry. University education and vocational training comes under two separate ministries. As a result of the divisions within these ministries, it is the preschool children, school students, undergraduates and those who train at vocational training institutes who face the brunt of it. Until these four ministries work with a common objective, the education sector in this country will not improve.
සමෝදානික කරන පොදු වැඩ පිළිලක අවශ්‍යතාවය රටේ තියෙන එවැනි වැඩ පිළිලකට නොවන තාක්කල් අධ්‍යාපනය කවදාවත් ගොඩනගන්න බෑ.
Meanwhile, 11 persons have been injured in a wasp attack that took place at the basin waterfalls in Lunugala. The police said that the attack occurred at around 5 p.m. yesterday while a group of individuals were having a bath at the waterfall. 5 women and 2 children are amongst those injured. The police stated that the injured are receiving treatment at the Lunugala hospital. Meanwhile, a SLTB bus has gone down a precipice after skidding off the road in the Balakaduwa area in Alawathugoda. According to the police, 10 individuals have sustained injuries in the accident.
A bus belonging to the Mathare depot met with the accident that occurred at around 1 p.m. yesterday. According to the police, the injured are receiving treatment at the Mathare base hospital. The driver of the bus, a 2-year-old girl and a 6-year-old boy, are among those injured. Meanwhile, an individual has been killed in another motor accident that occurred in the Khatupatha road in Munamaldenia. According to our correspondent, the accident had taken place at around 6:30 last evening. The victim has been identified as a 31-year-old employee of the Khatupatha area.
Meanwhile, in yet another accident, a 42-year-old individual has died after he was run over by a vehicle in the Yakmulla area in Bulatkurupitiya. According to the police, the accident occurred at around 9:30 last night and the vehicle had driven off. According to our correspondent, the victim has been identified as a father of 2. The police said that the remains of the deceased are currently lying at the Kurunegala hospital. In other local news, General Secretary of the Movement to Protect the United National Party and Trade Unions, Lal Pereira, states that a strong opposition is necessary to direct the government onto the correct path. He expressed this view at a media briefing held in Colombo yesterday.
රටක ආණ්ඩුවක් නිවැරදි මාර්ගයට ගමන් කරන්න නම් ඊටාම ප්‍රබල විරුද්ධ පක්ෂයක අවශ්‍යතාවය තියෙනවා.
If the government is to move on the correct path, then it is necessary to have a strong opposition. The people will decide when the government should be toppled and when it should be brought to power. However, in the present backdrop, the main reason why the government cannot be directed onto the correct track is Ranil Wickremesinghe and the henchmen who have been appointed to the working committee. The majority of those in the working committee cannot feel the political pulse.
And finally, in local news, the Public Utilities Commission has decided to obtain the views of the public regarding renewable energy, which the Ceylon Electricity Board is hoping to purchase from private sector renewable energy plants. Director General of the Commission, Damit Kumarasinghe, said that the public could submit their views verbally on the 28th of this month at the Sri Lanka Foundation Institute in Colombo. Members of the general public who are interested in sharing their views could register themselves by calling the telephone numbers 0112 392 607 and 0112 392 608. Once again, those numbers 0112 392 607 and 0112 392 608 today, or by sending a fax to 0112 392 641. The collection of written views from the public concluded on the 17th of this month. Starting off with a look at some cricket news, Sri Lanka won the Plate Championship final of the ICC Under-19 Cricket World Cup after defeating Afghanistan by 7 wickets, with 66 deliveries remaining in Brisbane today.
Afghanistan, who won the toss and elected to bat first, were only able to post a total of 194 for 9 in their allotted 50 overs, with Mohibullah Park adding 44 runs to the score. Lahiru Madhushanka bagged 3 wickets for 34 runs, while Amila Aponso grabbed 2 wickets for 19 runs for Sri Lanka. Chasing a target of 195 runs, Sri Lanka were able to secure victory in 39 overs thanks to the efforts of wicket-keeper batsman Nirosh Dekwala, who made an unbeaten 76 runs, and opener Pabasara Baduge also pulling in with 33 runs.
Well, that's all the news we have for you on this edition of Lunchtime News. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure having you with me. Join us again at 1:55 for more of the very latest.